In 2019, the NFC East was again the worst division in the NFL. How do they avoid that in 2020? Let's discuss. Hey guys, Dick's Report. I'm back with another video. This time I'm going through the NFC East off-season preview. Same format as the AFC East. Let's just jump right in with the Dallas Cowboys. Alright, for the Dallas Cowboys, we all know Dak Prescott is their biggest free agent. This is the storyline that's going to take over in Dallas until he signs a contract or until free agency begins, whichever comes first. Now, what do I think? I think he's either going to get the franchise tag or he's going to get an extension done. He's not playing for anybody else next year. He's going to stay a Cowboy. Now, they have $73 million in cap space. That's good for 5th in the league. That's a lot of cap space. And they're going to need that because they do not have a first-round pick. They don't pick until the second round, 51st overall. And what do they need this offseason? They need help in the secondary. Yeah, you got to get Dak Prescott signed, but that's your quarterback. That's already taken care of. But they need secondary help. Byron Jones was their best secondary player last year. He's a free agent. And I'm not seeing a lot of other starters on that team. They've got to get some help in the secondary if they want to win the division. For the Giants, their biggest free agent, it's Leonard Williams. This guy was picked 6th overall by the Jets, but he hasn't really lived up to that top 10 billing. He's had his moments. The problem is he hasn't been consistent enough. But he's still a very talented player. Maybe the Giants will re-sign him if they think they've seen enough of him to give him a chance. The Giants' top need is their offensive line. They have a terrible offensive line. They've got to get some help for Dan Jones so that he's not getting hit 10 times a game. The Giants also have a good amount of cap space. They have $61 million. That's good for 7th in the league. That's really good. And don't forget they have the 4th overall pick. So for them, it's going to be probably either the best offensive lineman or the best wide receiver. That's where they might go in the draft, but I'll talk more about that during a draft preview. The Eagles need help at wide receiver. Their wide receivers, they were injured and they were inconsistent. Carson Wentz was lying more on the tight ends than probably he should have been because the receivers were just not up to par. Now the Eagles have $42 million. That's 19th in the league. They can make some moves with that. They have some leadway with that, so they could make a couple pretty good acquisitions. Their top free agent is Ronald Darby. Now Darby's been a starter since he's been with the team. The problem is he keeps getting injured. He's been getting injured the past 2 seasons, and I don't know if the Philadelphia Eagles are going to take a chance that he remains healthy if they give him a long-term deal. It's kind of a risk if you want to resign him, but he's still a very talented player. And they picked 21st overall in the draft, so towards the bottom end, we'll see what they do with that pick. Now, the Washington Redskins have the 2nd overall pick. If Joe Burrow does go 1st overall to Cincinnati, then Chase Young is right there for the taking. Remember, Chase Young played high school ball at Demantha. That's right in the Redskins' backyard. So they know this guy since he was in high school. I'm hoping they've known this guy since he was in high school. And they get the chance to draft him, and he's probably the best player in this draft. That'd be great for them if they can get him at 2nd overall. Now, their top free agent is Brandon Sheriff. They drafted Brandon Sheriff with the 5th overall pick, and he's turned out to be a great interior lineman. He's been to the Pro Bowl multiple times. He's been a very good player for them, which also means it's going to be very tough for them to keep him. And they only have $40 million in cap space. That's 20th overall. And if they want to re-sign Brandon Sheriff, they're going to have to use a big chunk of that just to get him back. It's going to be really tough for them to get him. But even if they do re-sign Sheriff, they still need help on that offensive line. We have no idea what's going to happen with Trent Williams, and I don't know anybody else on this team that can really protect Dwayne Haskins if they think that he's going to be their franchise. They've got to protect him. Alright guys, that was the NFC East offseason preview. Next up is the AFC North, and I'll see you then.